cross in Moone. And that is the Moone High Cross in Moone.
Tell us a bit about it.
It's old, it's a cross, and it's in Moone.
Now, not on the actual moon.
No, it's spelled M-O-O-N-E. But it's probably, I'm guessing, would it be like an 8th century? Maybe it's a bit later, High Cross. It's one of the biggest in Ireland. Originally, when it was found, there was the bottom and top parts, but not the middle part. And then a good couple of decades later, they were digging and then found the centre part as well, so they put it all together. But now they have it all inside this church that you can go visit. And they have other bits of other high crosses that were here as well.
Cool. Oh, and this is it. It's obviously a big church of some description, and there's the... What do you call that window? There's a name for that window, isn't there?
There
in church. What's it called?
Is it like Gothic style? It's kind of missing.
It's a goddamn window. That's what it is. If you look in the distance down there, you can see there's a big slurry tank. Let's have a look at this. Let's follow BigAl.
The most fascinating thing about the cross itself is actually all the different depictions on it.
Okay.
They're all kind of different. Like there's a goat and a chicken person here, as you can see this side.
I'll get this so that the people can see this part first.
I think scenes from the crucifixion and that. Yes, there's Jesus on the cross having his side pierced.
Okay, I'll have a look at that now.
And there is
down we go.
Yeah, there's Jesus on the cross.
Oh, yes.
And that's the Roman soldier with the sponge of vinegar. And there's the guy piercing his side with the spear.
Oh.
Is it the 12 apostles, I believe?
Yep.
There's, as with a lot of Irish crosses, there's a lot of animal motifs in that. I'm not 100% sure. I think this is from the Old Testament. I think some of it is.
Okay. Who's the guy with the two goats?
Well, actually, I believe that's a chicken. That's a chicken and a goat. I love the Irish decoration, especially from the 8th century, how they did them. Then there's kind of, I believe that might be a dragon or something, a sea dragon, I think. Probably should look this up. Oh yeah, this is a saint, I think, being martyred by eaten by either boars or lions. I can't exactly remember.
Okay.
And then
that's
a sacrifice. Is that Abraham, I believe, sacrificing a goat or a sheep, I think. Possibly.
Looks like a person.
Yes. We could be making up, I can't remember. Oh, is that Adam and Eve?
And
the snake.
Yeah.
And the snake.
And then
that's so cool.
various other things.
Oh, here's...
yes,
I love this. There's the baby Jesus. This is Mary and Joseph and baby Jesus on the donkey going into Nazareth. And there's the love and the fishes.
Oh, okay.
Keep in mind, these are stories from...
the three wise men.
Yeah, yes. Yeah, the three wise men.
And the angel, what's his name?
Yeah. But these are being interpreted by Irish monks in the 8th century, like 800 years after Jesus.
There you go.
So I love the stories, they're so cool.
We'll have a look at some of the other... There isn't very much of these ones left, is there?
Yeah, no, these are just fragments.
Oh, well, as you do in all old Irish churches, some pagan things. I don't know what the heck that's about.
Oh, actually, this is cool. They have some boards here. This is what it would have been with a computerized looking. It's a flight of Egypt. So these are kind of classical depictions, and this is what the Irish came up with.
Oh yeah,
that's awesome.
It's nearly ideal. Look, there's the classical, and there's the Irish version, which makes sense.
Oh, that's the other thing. Yes, all these crosses would have been painted. So when you look at them now, that's why the kind of depiction there with the kind of computer with the graphics. We're possibly going to Castledermot, and there's crosses there, and you can still see some of the red pigment on them.
Ooh, cool.
Just about, but yeah, some of the crosses actually, or all of them would have been painted years ago.
Sort of like the classic Roman statues, they were all painted.
Very similar, yeah, yeah. And again, even though this is amazing.
Here's one for you folks. That's what it used to look like. This is now what it looks like. So we're going to go look at some more high crosses, I think.
Yeah, well, there's a base of one right here.
Ooh. Oh yeah.
There's a few around the graveyard, and that's a genuine round tower over there. Oh, actually, sorry, this entrance would have been the entrance into the cathedral. This is again Romanesque style, so you're probably talking 10th, well, maybe 11th century more realistically. But yeah, a lot of the monasteries.
So now you can imagine we're stepping through this and we're in the church, is it?
We're in the church, and that would have been the round tower at the side of the church or cathedral.
That's quite unusual, isn't it?
Yeah. Now the top would have been probably modified, you know, kind of over the years possibly, but all the bottom of that be real.
Let's have a... Ooh. Okay.
That's all it was. It used to be standalone.
Oh, of course, yeah.
These towers, and the door was always well up. But the thing would have been a wooden platform on the outside with steps that you could have walked up to. There's the windows, yeah. Again,
gosh,
the earliest of these would be probably 10th century, 10th to 12th century, or that. They only were built for about 200 years. So we're well in the road.
And there's still a bit of controversy over what they were used for.
There still is, yeah. Although not as much controversy as back in the 1800s. They thought they were Babylonian fire towers, because obviously the Irish could never build a tower. Had to be Babylonians.
Oh, well, that makes perfect sense.
But realistically, the old Irish name for them, Tuckchock Bell House, is probably what they were for, because one thing which is found in a lot of excavations of all monastic sites is handbells, and if you stood up at the very top, there was always four.
Sorry, show us that handbell again.
Handbells.
You're suspiciously good at doing that.
Now, is there any more high crosses? There is. Just have to find them. I think that might be one of them there.
Oh yes, I see it. Yeah. Okay. It's in the middle of a graveyard, so it's hard to tell.
Oh yeah, that's the stone there that people put their hand through.
Huh?
The stone with the hole.
Oh, like, okay.
That's the one you put your hand through, I think. Yeah. It's meant like curie or something.
Curie of what? You want to be a very short person to stick your hand through there. Right, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it, folks. Okay.
There you go.
I'm going to do it.
Okay.
I'm going to be cured of what?
I don't know. I just know something happens.
Lack of personality.
Or is it you become king or something? I'm not sure.
I'm all better now.
Here you go.
The doctor said only the cream will cure it.
Okay, so yeah, there is more high crosses here. I think this is one of the most impressive one. Oh look, there's more figures. I'm trying to say, oh, Jesus on the cross, and again the same thing. The guy with the sponge on the stick on the right hand side, and the other Roman soldier.
Eerily similar to the last one.
Yeah. We're very close to both areas, so there's a possibility that might have even been some of the same masons that made it. Also, Abraham on the right hand side with the sword, about to sacrifice his son, and identical to what we've seen on the last one is the sheep that above the sun. So very similar looking. Then we have Adam and Eve again, and the snake, very similar to what we've seen. That is, one looks like a goat and one looks like a chicken. Again. Yeah. Very. Not sure what this one is now.
They look like lions again, but kind of only four of them this thing.
Yeah, actually it is. It's Daniel and the lions down there, spot on. Yeah. They're. Oh look, I love this guy. See, because people always draw what they know. If you tell somebody a story, it's like if you see old 1700 pictures of Jesus, he looks like he's from the 1700s. Yeah. So these guys look like Irish warriors, even though they're probably Romans or not. But see how they have the spears, rounded shield, you know, kind of the hair cut back.
Oh, okay.
So a lot of the time, even though you're looking at biblical scenes, you're also looking at scenes of what the people seen every day, the animals and that. Like they would have described maybe elephants and that to them, but they might look more like cows because no one might have ever seen an elephant.
Hard to say what's it. Oh, that's the loaves and bread fishes again.
Oh, is it? Oh, I think it is. Yeah. Actually, if you're ever going to look at high crosses, if you can get it right at magic hour when the sun's about to set, you'll actually get to see more because it kind of casts a shadow on them. Sorry, I'm kind of in the light there at the moment.
That's okay. This will pick it up. It's got a 4K camera on it, so. There's even little carvings right at the end there. Okay,
yeah, there's loads of little scenes here, just can't really make out what they are.
It's hard. And there's a guy holding a sword with a child there. Don't know what that's about. There's another guy holding a sword.
It's hardly the destruction
there's
of the innocence.
Two guys doing something. No idea what that is.
Doing what the Irish love to do. Lots of spirals and different shapes. So that's one of the high. There is more high crosses here, I believe, but actually, I might be wrong about that stone with the hole in it. That might be the one with the stone with the hole in it.
Then what did I just fist?
I've no idea.
Okay, well we'll do this one and see will this cure anything.
Is this the one? I could be wrong. I can't remember. Yes, I believe.
Okay.
Is this the one that has the possible sword marks? No, I might be thinking of somewhere else.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like this. They're not sure exactly what would be used for, but.
Yeah. There we go. I'm cured.
Yeah,
whatever ailments I had.
I think. I could be wrong. Maybe that's not a vessel high cross. I could have sworn there's more here, or maybe there's another graveyard.
Okay, well, we'll go hunt this one. We're in front of now.
This is the only hogback Viking stone in Ireland. So a Viking hogback stone is basically a grave marker. You find a lot of them in England and in Denmark and all over the place, but there's only one so far identified in Ireland. Originally it's called a hogback because it kind of has these ridges on it, which it kind of looks like the hair on the back of a hog. But what they really think they are is a representation of a Viking longhouse, because it's the shape of the roof, and there was a thatching on it, and it's basically a house of the dead. So the Vikings built houses above their dead. This one, obviously, it's too hard to see, but back in the maybe 18 or 1900s or that, they made a lot of trevechins, and it wasn't as war in a way, and there wasn't as much like it. And on one side is Viking runic symbols, which you would expect on a Viking stone, and then on the other side is Celtic symbols. That possibly might be a cross, but basically, yeah, Christian symbolism on it. So the merchant was hedging their bets. You assume it was a merchant because generally a lot of Vikings were involved in merchandise, and this person had both runic and Christian symbols, so they were making sure that wherever they ended up, they could say, yeah, I was buried in your fashion.
Just in case.
Just in case.
Yeah.
But again, this buried in the middle of what would have been a very Christian, monastery is very interesting. So whoever this was would have been obviously a very rich person. Wow. I'm going to guess again maybe 10th or 11th century, because by the 11th century the Vikings were kind of starting to die out and become Christian, sort of. That's at the end of the 1100s and that.
Okay, alright, well, let's go see. Completely walked past this one.
Yeah.
I was trusting my tour guide, BigAl, who completely forgot I was here.
I was too busy looking for holes.
Well, maybe later on down the pub, but let's have a look at this one.
Ooh.
As you can see, again, the same kind of symbolism again.
Yeah.
Except in a different orientation.
It's more, there's
Adam and Eve up there.
Yeah, that's the fall.
There's the lions again.
There's the sacrifice, Abraham and the sacrifice on the right hand side again.
Oh yeah. Don't know what that one is.
I'm not sure. This one's a bit more faded. And you can see it's got a lovely kind of swirl design on it.
Oh yeah. Nice Celtic
Again, all
stuff.
these would have been totally painted, you know,
I see,
kind of
yeah.
Celtic swirls. So,
I mean, when you think about it, back in that age, you come up here, you see this painted, illustrated cross. It was like seeing a 4K TV for the first time, really, wasn't
exactly, yeah. This was, you know, like going to the cinema. I mean, you'd probably have a really eloquent monk or that, and he'd be explaining, you know, the biblical stories to you, and he'd be able to show this is exactly what happened, and he'd actually point to you, and you'd be like, wow, you know, I kind of get it now, you know, that kind of. As well, there would have been timber crosses all over, like the stone crosses obviously survived, but there would have been hundreds or thousands more timber crosses, again built very similar in colours. Just we've never really found any because it would have decayed over the years.
So there we go, folks. Right.
Awesome.
Kind of wants, or I think I'm talking to the dog. Big Al wants to go to the pub and find holes. So finish up the first of our series of historical visions of Ireland. We were going to the petrol station and we saw this crossed road.
So this is Castledermot Priory. Let's see, it was first mentioned in 1247, and yeah, in 1317 the Scottish army under Edward the Bruce attacked Castledermot and destroyed the priory, but obviously the buildings were restored. But you can see down there the lights. This is called the early English style, so that is definitely would have been the 1200s. See, this is really impressive. Again, this is only a stone's throw away from the early Celtic monastery that we're in. And there's as you can see, there's the more modern, but this is the old style Gothic arch.
It's blocked up there because that goes in somebody's house over there.
It does, yeah. And so this, as you can see here, there's your oh man, is it perpendicular windows which came in around the 1300s.
We'll
so
have a
that
better look
window
in
down there
yes.
would have been from before the building would have been burnt, I'd imagine. And those other windows are a later style. As well,
big arch has gone through here.
This arch is.
Oh wow!
Would have been added later. Yes, that's possibly a perpendicular window. There's not too many left in Ireland. It's kind of hard to tell. But again, that would have been the latest. There's kind of three styles.
That was some window.
Yeah. Well, this is really impressive. See the artwork.
Oh, wow.
Artwork, and you have your Gothic column. But that's the thing about the Gothic here. Romanesque had small windows with arches, but Gothic was just.
I just spotted that there now. I presume there might have been maybe a statue or something there with you.
Oh yeah, I'd say you're decent spot. There would have been a lot of masonry. Like this is very. I'm
gonna see the lake.
It could be wrong whether it's a water font. I don't know. It's definitely the base of a column, anyways.
Well, there's a little. Oh, is that just a crack or?
Could be.
Full of goddamn bird shit.
Yeah, it kind of has. The old Celtic monasteries have what's called bullion stones, which are stones with holes in them. But
yeah, well, the life of a monk is quite lonely.
Yeah. I imagine these probably would have been altars to pray on. This is kind of like a transept where rich people would have asked for, oh look at this. Look at this medieval.
Oh, it's a tomb, is it?
It's a tomb, yeah. I think it's a later because you can see they're actually skeletons.
Oh, yeah.
And generally when you get into the 1500s or that, people used to put skeleton imagery on a lot of stuff to warn us what we're all going to become.
Great. Therefore repent.
Exactly.
I think we got a lot of repenting to do. No, that is so impressive though. That would have been some huge. Just tell you what, if you stand down there just for comparison of size, you compare to how big that window is. I mean, look at that, folks.
I don't even reach up to the start of the window.
No, that would have been something else.
This would have been something impressive building. And this would have been after the original priory was burnt down by Edward Bruce and his army, so you can imagine the money that was going through this little area in Castledermot. Yeah,
there's another little plinth there. So what that was for, who knows?
Obviously, this would have been a whole Grange. There would have been loads of other buildings. You can see there's some more additional buildings over there.
Stamps up there. Stamps? Steps.
Even in the field next door, there would have been buildings that would have stretched out massively.
Oh yeah. Obviously, that's a modern wall. Oh, we can get a view of this. Oh, the ground's all, look at that. It's that cold. It's -4 at the moment. Well, -4. It's only 4. As you can see. Oh, there's another little tiny window right at the very top. Didn't even see that from the other side. Would have been so impressive, I'd say. Could have been under the building along there or something. Yeah, we'll head back. Yep, steps. Lucky I've only had 14 pints, or I could be stumbling. I was just saying, I didn't even notice it from this side. At the very top, there's another little tiny window.
Oh.
The very, very top. You can see from the other side. Oh, maybe if you go back, right back here, you might see. Yeah, you can see from here now. Right, the very top. See, look.
Imagine the height of that building.
It must have been.
Yeah.
Like
So
if that's the apex.
you have your arch, and then you have a tower on that side.
You have your tower here. Yeah, there's your tower.
Yeah, see, and this probably would have been part of the original building. Again, just the height of it. But definitely those are kind of early English style, which would have been before.
It's an archway into. Who knows where that is? Either entrance, exit, or.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Because a lot of these monasteries would have had what called day stairs and night stairs as well. So, because the monks would have been living in the area, there was these stairs to allow them into the main church at night. So that they wouldn't actually have to go outside. So the dormitories were always attached to the churches. Oh. So when it's cold like it is now, you don't have to venture outside. You can go up and down.
Wish I still bloody had them. Yeah. It is cold.
Yeah, the design of monasteries is actually fascinating when you kind of take it, especially
and just realised, if you look that way, you can see, is that another big window that was there at some point?
You know what? Yeah, I think they're right there. Yeah, it's coming all over there.
Your tower there. Let's see where. Yeah. Stupid question.
Yes.
Would it have been glass, stained glass and all that?
That's not a stupid question. Yes, there would have been stained glass. In some places they say like Kells Priory that they actually found a lot of stained glass.
Oh.
Yeah, now depending on the richness of the area and that, it mightn't have been that good of stained glass, but just looking at this building here, I'd imagine it would have been very impressive stained glass, very similar to what we have now.
Would have been something else back
also
in the day.
tiling. There would have been, again, from examples from like Kells Priory, that like actual ceramic tiles with maybe fleur de lis or that on them, and different designs. Like the wealth that was in monasteries at the time was very impressive. This, yeah, so you can see what it looked like before the centre fell out of it. That's in 1790. So that would have been, that's what's called your rose window, and that definitely would have had stained glass.
And there's our little window up above that we spotted.
Your little window, yeah. Imagine if you could step back in time for just 1 minute.
Yeah. Rickets and syphilis and the plague. Yeah, it'd be great, wouldn't it?
Marauding Scottish.
Marauding Scots, yeah, that's, yeah. How romantic a time to go and bring. Yeah, you know what?
I did say 1 minute.
You know, if you find what you're looking for in the pub later on, bring her back in time. She won't stay there for long. Okay. Well, we hope you enjoyed the first of our of our new little series, and we'll get some more of those as much as we can.
Oh, fine. Bye bye. See ya.